Kaufman and MP Motorsport. As the green flag is waved and the race gets back underway, and Christian Lundgaard in third place, rather than worrying about defending that final spot on the podium from Martins, is actually getting very close to the tail of the Chinese driver just ahead. But there is no option to get through into turns 1 and 2, so the top 10 at least stay as they were. Others having to go a bit further back, though, include Max Defournet there, and the red and white machine, the 33 car. Defournet desperate to walk away with something this weekend and some points, but he's only 15th at the moment and might lose the position here if he's not careful. So it's really struggling this weekend, the Belgian driver, and rather than going forwards, going backwards in this race. Less than 5 minutes to go then, plus the 1 lap that's added on for them to jostle and make themselves known and get themselves into position here. Guzman in 10th place, still hanging on to the final podium, final spot in the points rather. 1 point for 10th place for Hagen. Wasn't that close to him when we saw them. Lots of them weaving around offline, but nobody yet in that top 10 close enough to make a move. There is Thomas Maxwell, the number 62 car, the JD Motorsport entry, running in 8th place. Behind him you've got Alex Peroni, so 2 Australian drivers running together there, taking a bit of curb there. The 61 car, the white-blue car of Lorenzo Colombo. After that excellent drive yesterday for the Italian who raced in Italian Formula 4 last year. Right, this is the battle for the final points-paying position. The blue and white car of Raul Guzman, the Mexican driver. Number 85 there with the Red Bull Junior of Neil Verhagen right with him. So I'm afraid one American driver has dropped out. Can another one, though, get some good points here? Running out wide there was Oscar Piastri. He's going to lose some places here. He's lost one already. Can Thomas Maxwell nick 7th place away from him? No is the answer. So Piastri's going to lose. In fact, I think he's lost 2 places because for sure, yeah, and Smoliar will both be ahead of him as well. So just saw the end of that, but Piastri losing out there after a flawless drive yesterday. So that's 3 Australians together now, isn't it? All of them at the moment in the points. Good to see so many talented young Australian drivers coming through here. Big thing, isn't it, to come across and race in Europe. But they do a great job. And Neil Verhagen getting involved in battles again here in that Red Bull liveried car. Trying to defend his 11th position this time. He's coming under real close scrutiny here from Colombo. Colombo can't quite find a way through. Then you've got Vartanian just behind as well. Sorry, the 3 car just behind as well of Milesi. They go wheel to wheel. Milesi, can he get through in the 3 car? Tight, but I think he's done it, has he? Let's have a look at the replay, meanwhile, of Oscar Piastri. He was wheel to wheel. Whoa, he's wheel to wheel with Richard Verschoor. I'm not sure there was any contact, but his line was well and truly stolen, so he had to run wide, and when he ran wide, boy, did he hit the curbs, and the car was airborne for a little while. So Piastri did well, actually, to get it back on all 4 wheels and not lose too much time. But the 41 car of Oscar Piastri, the Arden driver, with a real hairy moment there. He has still managed to keep Thomas Maxwell behind him. But rather than being in 5th place, he is now down to 7th position. So it's Futrell, Yi, Lundgaard, the top 3. Martins 4th, Verschoor up to 5th. Smoliar, the Russian driver, in 6th place. Piastri, Maxwell, Peroni and Guzman rounding out the points positions with just over 2 minutes of the race to go. They climb up the end of the Mistral Straight, flat out at over 200 kilometres an hour in 7th gear through this right-hander at Sauniers. And the cars look planted through there, but towards the end of the lap, when they come through the last sequence of corners, Beausset, which is turn 12, this right-hander, which is said to be the trickiest corner. It's a double apex right-hander almost, but you have to try as a driver to turn it into one line. And after that sequence of lefts and rights that lead to back onto the straight, that's where you really see the back end of the cars twitching around, especially as they come into the braking zone for the left-hander at turn 15. But that's how you've got to drive them. If you're too smooth, you don't get the best time from them. If you're too ragged, though, you can quickly lose the back end of the car. So a bit nervy at the back, but it takes great skill from the drivers, and that's what it's all about, learning to set up the car so it's just on the edge of breaking away and gives them the fastest lap times. Just over a minute to go, so the time is going to run out before they get back around. So this should be the penultimate lap of the race, 2 to go. Are there going to be any changes for 10th? Guzman again coming under fire from Verhagen and co, but this time Verhagen didn't really get alongside him. Surely the American is going to have a go at some point, though, because he's running out of time, and we've lost there Smoliar, who was running in the top 6. So the Russian driver drops out. That's going to give Piastri a place back. He'll move back up into the top 6. Maxwell will move up to 7th, and it's going to move Neil Verhagen into the points now, isn't it? So he'll move up into 10th position onto the tail of the Mexican driver Guzman. who has been pretty impressive so far here this weekend. Got to keep it going though for another lap and a half. Fastest lap of the race with a 2:02.6 to the man in second. That's impressive at this late stage of the race. Smoliar is trying to get the car going again, but it's to no avail, I'm afraid. And here we're going to get a move. Already gaining a place, Colombo. Around goes Guzman. These two out of the points. Verhagen gets past both of them. And that was a move from Lorenzo Colombo, who'd already found a way past Verhagen down the straight. He tried to pull off another one on Guzman. It didn't work. Wheels collided. Both of them span around. They very quickly reacted to get the cars going again, but Verhagen gains 2 places and also well up into the points now. It will become Milesi there in the 3 car just behind him. They were just in the right place at the right time to avoid all of that. So Verhagen lost 1 and then gained 2 as the others ahead came together. So this 4-way scrap now, some of them in the points and some of them not. So it could still be pretty interesting here. You can see they're all desperate to try and find ways past each other, but the opportunities so far few and far between. So late drama here. So a couple of drivers had a good day yesterday that have had a pretty negative day today. That incident is being investigated after the race, and there you can see he was trying to go around the outside, Colombo. Guzman turned in and found that there was another car where he wanted to be. They both have their own opinion about that, but the net result is that they're both out and out of potential points-paying positions as we start the last lap of the race here at Paul Ricard, with Max Futrell just 0.6 of a second clear. Last lap again was the fastest lap for Yi, with a time that was only those 0.06 of a second quicker than Futrell, who was also setting personal best lap times. So shows how well the Michelin tyres last, doesn't it? There are the top 2. Futrell looks like he's got it under control. Lundgaard, I think, is safe in 3rd. Martins isn't that far back, but that gap has stayed equidistant for a little while now. 5th in the orange and black car, you can see Ricard Verschoor. And then back up to 6th place, where he finished yesterday, Oscar Piastri. 7th place, Thomas Maxwell. 8th place, Alex Peroni. 3 Australians in the points in the top 10. Here then is the British driver, Max Futrell, almost home and dry. He's been pretty flawless this weekend, apart from that issue with the car off the line. 2 pole positions, a 2nd place finish, and if the car gets him to the line and there are no issues, he will be a race winner for the first time this season to take his 2nd Formula Renault Eurocup victory, his first of the 2018 campaign. And of course he's going to move into the championship lead, and he's going to move into a healthier championship lead than anticipated after the retirement of Logan Sargent. So Yi, with a 2nd and a 3rd, will move up into the points. Frank Bird losing a place to the new-engined Vladimir Tsiotsis car there, the 84 machine. These 2 drivers outside the points in 18th and 19th positions. Tsiotsis runs wide, Frank Bird gets him back. So Bird, with some good driving, overtook quite a few cars to work his way up the order yesterday without getting any points. So a bright future hopefully ahead for him. But the flag is readied, it comes out, and Max Futrell is a race winner here at Paul Ricard. He takes victory in round 2 of the Formula Renault Eurocup. 2nd place to Yifei Yi, then Christian Lundgaard with his first podium in 3rd place. Victor Martins with a much happier day today comes home in 4th. Oscar Piastri, Ricard Verschoor comes home in 5th. Oscar Piastri in 6th place. Thomas Maxwell is 7th. Alex Peroni in the points in 8th. Neil Verhagen in 9th place. Verhagen with a good solid weekend. Max Deforney got through at the end to pick up the final point. So Deforney came through to 10th. Vartanian was 11th, and Milesi dropped back somewhere to 12th place on that last lap of the race.